This place has some bad blood. Back in 2346, the Romulan military launched a massive attack that slaughtered all the Klingon colonists here and took the planet. The Klingons took it back in the chaos after Shinzon's rebellion. This is the first time since then that they've allowed Romulans to be here. We should be careful. The Klingons aren't going to be in a great mood. Just having us here will be a reminder of what's happened. Zatan is waiting for us with the rest of the Romulan diplomats in the Hall of Conquest. Wonder what it takes to be put in the Gallery of Honor. Chamber of Conquest. Let's hope one day the Klingons turn their attention to the Tal Shiar.
It's good to see a friendly face. The air here is a bit tense right now. I need to stay here and prepare for Empress Seela's arrival, which I'm sure will not be pleasant. Could you speak with the Klingon and Federation delegations? See what they're thinking, get a feel for how the negotiations will go, and most importantly, try to convince them of our sincerity. Both of them want to learn more about Romulan technology, and they're willing to do a great deal for us to acquire it. We will have to be careful not to get dragged into their war, however. We are already dealing with the Tal Shiar, and that is more than enough. I believe both of them see us as a potential resource. While I'm not terribly happy about that, it is a way to get them to assist us. And until we are established on a world of our own, we need their help. We're still working on an agreement, but an initial proposal is on the table. The Federation and Klingons will help us establish New Romulus, as long as they can set up embassies on the planet. They wish to use this as a chance to acquire Romulan technology and Romulan allies. We need assistance to create a new world. It's a give and take, one that will hopefully work. You can start by speaking with some of the delegates from the Klingon Empire and the Federation. Just because an initial proposal has been presented does not mean the conference is over. Far from it. Any information you can get me about what they're thinking will help when it comes time to present our case.
I think we should do whatever we can to stop the Tal Shiar. If that means making an alliance with Starfleet or the Klingons, fine with me. I would be worried about us.
It's good to see if...
I think we should do whatever we can to stop the Tal Shiar. If that means making an alliance with Starfleet or the Klingons, fine with me. I would be worried about us getting dragged into their war, but I expect that they're both more interested in our cloaking designs than our people. I say we go with whoever is most willing and able to help us against the Tal Shiar. That's all that really matters.
We must be careful not to let vengeance blind us in our attempts for freedom. In the meantime, I would ask you to speak with delegates from the Klingon Empire and the Federation. Just because an initial...
Hall of Heroes. They're probably Klingon heroes who killed Romulans.
Diplomacy makes for thirsty work. The Federation ambassador can't hold his teeth together for more than a minute. The Vulcan just stares daggers at everyone. Half my delegation are a breath away from ripping into the Starfleeters like rampaging togs, and we're all stuck in here with you backstabbing greenbloods. Oh, did I offend you? Well, get used to it. We don't have a reason to trust you yet, and I don't know if we ever will.
I understand their stance, but still, there are issues. The would-be Romulan Republic is weak and fractured. How could an alliance benefit us? One of the town's followers. Greetings. I am Ambassador Satas, representative for the Klingon Empire. I am curious, what exactly does your group have to offer the Klingons in an allegiance? The Tan is no warrior, and Klingon politics have little in common with Romulan machinations. The rumors are true. The Iconians have returned. Our ships have sighted their vessels in Delta Volanus. And we have heard rumors they have servant races. The Heralds, who serve as their personal bodyguards, a race that lives in subspace, and even one you have already seen. Be wary. The war you fight now may be for more than mere survival. You do have a point. The fact that you've survived this long against the Tal Shar says something about your people. However, it does not say whether or not you are in the right in this civil war of yours, or if this is just an elaborate Romulan plot. We shall see just how trustworthy you are in the days to come.
At least you have some manners. Nice to know that you all aren't as ill-bred as the stories say. Bah! You don't even respond to an insult. Looks like you're on your best behavior. Since we're being diplomatic, I suppose it could be said that you people may not be entirely worthless. But just because you know when to bring a Klingon a drink does not mean we are friends. I'm keeping an eye on you and your kind.
The Klingons don't seem too thrilled with the idea of being allies. Maybe we'll have better luck with the Federation.
One of our new potential allies. I am Jiro Sugihara, a representative of the Federation Diplomatic Corps. Let's talk, shall we? Yes, I'd love a chat. Now, please don't take the cool reactions of some of my colleagues as an indication of how the whole of the Federation feels. there is a history between our two governments. But I believe with some work, we can all come to a peaceful agreement. Don't you agree? Of course you do. Of course. Why else would you and other fine and forward-thinking Romulans, such as Datan, be present here at this conference? I like to think of all of us, Federation, Klingon, and Romulans alike, as engineers. We're building bridges to a newer and brighter future. We're architects, designing load-bearing structures upon which we might build vital cooperative efforts. But before we get to the window dressing, of course, you know where we must begin. Why, with the foundations. You knew that, of course. There's nothing we cannot achieve if we're able to continue to sit down and discuss our differences, and bit by bit, measure by measure, work through them and learn from one another. We must start fresh. So as one potential friend to another, I ask this entirely as a personal question. How do you feel about reunification? I know there are a lot of people in the Federation still opposed to it, but I am certain that if we simply sit down together and discuss the issue rationally, we can... Archaeology has never been my focus, but let's see. I believe the Enterprise D helped discover the location of Iconia back in the mid-23rd century. Until then, we didn't even know if the Iconians were real. They could have just been an ancient myth. Their history is quite dramatic, isn't it? Phenomenal power brought low by a mighty coalition of other species, joining together to defeat a common foe. The destruction of the Iconians may very well have been the first war of this type. And well, look at us now, uniting with former enemies to defeat the Tal Shiar. This is a very interesting time in our history.
I know your kind too well to ever trust what you say. I will not be taken in by your attempts to be disarming. It has yet to be determined if anyone is being hunted. If that is the case, Starfleet will take the appropriate action within the bounds of the Prime Directive. I have spent more than 3 decades defending the Federation from Romulan plots. I have seen all of the tricks, the deceptions, all of the treachery that is born of hubris. Romulans believe they are superior to all other species. That is incorrect. It will take a great deal of effort to deceive me. I suggest you do not try.
Jolan True, what do you have to report? There's doubt everywhere. We will have to be careful not
This
to...
conference is a farce.
Sela!
You're not trying to found a settlement. You're rebelling against your sovereign. You're stirring up dissent with your wild stories of mysterious aliens and colony attacks.
Wild stories!
Until now, I gave your little movement some leeway because I thought I could convince you to see the error of your ways. This ridiculous conference shows me I've been far too forgiving.
You! How could you?
Tovin! That's enough! You two, please leave this to Tamara and me.
Unbelievable. How can that woman stand there and deny everything? If you ask me, the only thing worse than the Tal Shiar is the politician who lies for them. There should be no allegiance with such... Hold on. I'm getting a message from the ship. They're picking up odd ships on sensors. Ships that match the one we scanned back when the colony was destroyed. Good. Now they'll have to deal with us, the Klingons, and the Federation.
The Klingon command base has ordered us to remain in orbit and leave the defense of Khitomer to them. However, I'm certain that the singularity signature I'm detecting is the same ship that was in orbit of Viranot during the attack. This could be the person responsible for the destruction of the colony. Do we investigate despite the Klingons' objections?
I'm picking up multiple anomalies in the area, but the Klingons are still ignoring them. We should investigate them, and be prepared for whatever happens. Keep an eye out for Klingon ships. If any hostiles appear, they'll show up too. If we're lucky, they'll target the enemy and not us. The Alachi were hiding the Tal Shiar ship.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
This is a matter for the son of Lursa, captain of the IKS Kang. You have proven yourself in battle against one of these ships. I will ensure that you will survive to prove yourself again. I was the first to uncover the alien Undine within the Klingon Empire. Now, I shall be the first to combat this new alien threat. To battle!
Why am I not surprised that you were the one who discovered us? I'm quite happy you did, though. Now I have a chance to rectify the mistakes of Gasco Station. Captain Gerard, you have no place in this fight between us. This is a Romulan affair.
Colonel Hakiv, you came into sovereign Klingon territory with hostile intent. You brought these aliens into our space. Now you have the unmitigated goal to try to give orders to a Klingon warrior? This is not a Romulan affair anymore, Colonel. You have insulted me, and you will pay the price!
I don't care if you have 100 Klingon ships. You will not stop me!
You fought well. My people will learn of Colonel Hakiv's attack on my vessel. That I can promise you. I will also tell them of your abilities in battle. However, Hakiv did not die, so I cannot rule out the that this was all a Romulan trick. My ship will continue to patrol the area. You should return to the conference.
Hakiv beamed something down to the surface before he warped. I think... Yes, we're getting confirmation. He beamed explosives down to Khitomer. We've got to get down there and disarm them before anyone finds out. Even a hint of a problem like this, and the conference will be shut down. We'll lose our best chance for colonization.
What is your status? I'm in the Hall of Heroes now, and things are underway. Did you handle the situation with the Elachi? This is not good. It will be too easy for any disturbance to be blamed on us, and Hakiv knows it. I'll start searching the Hall of Heroes. Contact me once you've found all of the explosives on your end. I'll do my best to discreetly look for anything amiss over here. Make sure the Klingons do not find the bombs first. If they do, there's a good chance we'll be seeing one another soon in a jail cell.
Tall Shi'ar had spies here the entire time.
Did you get the explosives? Good. That's a relief. I found a bomb near one of the statues in the back of the hall. I should be able to confirm that these devices were made by the Tal Shiar once the conference is over. It will be more proof that they cannot be trusted. Why don't you come inside the conference? The Klingons are about to speak. It should be interesting to hear what they have to say.
In conclusion, think about how many times we've been fooled by Romulans. Sela already sent the Tal Shiar to attack us here. Who is to say Titan is not part of her plan? We must not allow this alliance to happen!
Hakeem!
Treacherous Greenblood!
Stay back!
What do you think you're doing? What? What are you? Remember this. He gave his life for me, for a Klingon.
Tamer's death will not be in vain. Now we have the opportunity to secure our future. The Federation looks favorably upon our endeavors, but it will take time for them to commit. Now Tamer has shown the Klingons that there is honor and nobility among us. We may not have gotten what we wanted today, but I foresee a day where we will build a home and a life on New Romulus. The next step must be yours. Both Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force have agreed to take Romulans into their forces. I'd like you to be the first. You will be our eyes, ears, and hands in their fleets. More importantly, you will be our voice. Where you serve is your choice. But wherever you go, always remember that you are Romulan. If you haven't done so already, speak with the representatives of the Federation and the Klingon Empire. Then, take some time to think it over. When you are ready, speak with Subcommander Nadell back on the flotilla.
Tamer died with honor. When my time comes, I hope I can do the same. His sacrifice showed me that we have a common enemy. The blood in your veins may be green, but you fight for your people with the courage of a Klingon. I would be proud to give my aid to you and Titan. We will hunt the Tal Shiar like the dogs they are.
Tamer's sacrifice will be remembered. I promise you that. Personally, I have never liked the Tal Shiar, but we of the Diplomatic Corps are always committed to trying to find peaceful solutions first. But we can help you in your fight to bring justice to the Tal Shiar if you accept our assistance. We know you have much to do to build a new homeworld and free your people. The Federation wants to be your ally in everything.
Tamer gave his life so that we would be understood by the others. Temer gave his life so that we would be understood by the others. I know I won't forget this. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to take down the Tal Shiar, so I'm with you on this, no matter what. The ship is awaiting our return whenever you're ready. We need to report to Sub-Commander Nadell and let her know everything that's happened.
Welcome back. I'm Sub-Commander Nadell. Temer's final actions impressed both the Klingons and the Federation. The time has come for you to decide who you will be allied with. Starfleet and the Klingons both have sent diplomats to stay here at the flotilla. Talk to them if you have any questions. Then speak to me when you are ready to make your choice.
Temer's sacrifice showed bravery and honor. We honor his act, and we will not forget it. The Prime Directive may tie our hands sometimes, but we recognize when reaching out will help the galaxy. We are ready to recognize the Romulan Republic as a legitimate government, free of the Romulan Star Empire. We can help your people. If you'll accept us as your allies, we'll gladly aid you in your fight against the tyranny of the Tal Shiar. We know you have much to do to rebuild a new homeworld on New Romulus. Tell us what you need. We're ready to help you with construction and the relocation of any willing Romulans to their new home.
Temer's sacrifice showed the High Council that we have a common enemy. And there is such a thing as an honorable Romulan. We honor his memory. Join us. The blood in your veins may be green, but you fight for your people with the courage of a Klingon. The Klingon Defense Force will be proud to give our aid to the Romulan Republic. Together, we will hunt the Tal Shiar like the honorless dogs they are.
Time is short. What do you need of me? This final choice must be yours, but I know you will honor Temer and serve our people well, no matter where you decide to go. So what is it to be then? The Klingons or the Federation? Time is short. What do you need of me? Tamer was a great man. He touched so many lives among the survivors, and I know he thought very highly of you. I can think of no better way to honor his commitment and sacrifice than by continuing to serve the Romulan people. On to business. The flotilla will be working on beginning settlement of Dewa 3, or what we're calling New Romulus. Good luck out there.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Congratulations. You've proven yourself to be invaluable to the Republic Navy and earned the respect of your fellow officers. You still have challenges ahead of you, but I'm confident that you will be able to do anything you set out to do. Good luck. Ah, good. The Republic has need of your talents. The Romulan Star Empire still has many followers. They've taken to pillaging outposts and settlements on the fringes of space, where nobody will challenge them. We need to deny them. Ah, good. The Republic has need of your talents. The Romulan Star Empire still has many followers. They've taken to pillaging outposts and settlements on the fringes of space, where nobody will challenge them. We need to deny them resources if we're to keep them from rebuilding their fleet and presenting a bigger threat to the Republic. Several Allied forces are committing to joint operations against the Star Empire.
Greetings. I am taking over as your liaison with the Romulan Republic since Tamir is no longer with us. You have proven yourself and earned the respect of your fellow Romulans. A contact from our new allies would like to speak with you. Return to the flotilla. Time is short. What do you need of... Time is short. What do you...
Our intelligence services have discovered an Imperial Romulan operation to take over the mining facilities in this remote area of space. They're using these asteroid mines to collect materials for constructing more warbirds. We need to rescue the transport ships by breaking through the Romulan forces, destroying their minefields, and liberating the processing centers. job isn't over yet. The enemy has disabled nearby mining facilities. Each facility will need several repairs to restore complete functionality. The local system relies on these resources for survival. Facility Alpha is back online. Facility Beta is safe. Facility Alpha is up and running. Even though you've defeated their ships, liberated the asteroid fractals, and repaired the disabled mining facilities, they don't seem to get the message. Sensors have detected the warbird. The Falcata will probably... is secure and we restored peace in the system. I'll mention your efforts in my official report. Chimera out.
Good work. This will free up some of our forces and put a dent in the Imperial Navy's resources.
Time is short. What do you need of me? I'm glad that you're settled into your new ship, as we can't waste any time. We've received word that the miners on Beta Thoradar have spotted Nausicaan pirates near their system. The pirates haven't bothered to attack the mining installation, but it's only a matter of time, and they're likely to go after freighter traffic in the area. Beta Thoradar is an unremarkable system, but there's a small Republic colony there that mines heavy metals necessary for ship construction. I need you to take your new ship to the Beta Thoradar system and patrol the area. Just let everyone know that the Republic is watching. Time is short. What do you need? My name is Nadell. I'm a former refugee, and like you, I'm trying to help Titan build a new Romulus. I barely remember the homeworld, but I remember the hunger and fear of the years that followed its loss. I watched my father disappear into a bottle of ale. I remember my mother crying night after night when she thought I couldn't hear. We need a new homeworld. We need stability, and we need to put the past behind us. I'll do anything I can to help make that happen. Time is short. What do you need of me?
At the perfect time. Our satellites have picked up several Nausicaan ships in and near the system. They seem to be pirates, bent on harassing freighters. I'm concerned about the possibility of the pirates deciding to beam down and ransack our home. The planets in this system are not particularly habitable, so we're limited to several small underground facilities. It wouldn't be hard for them to send a contingent of troops and take control of our mining operation. Obviously, if this keeps up, we won't have any trade, which will force us to close down this operation and evacuate.
assistance! Repeat.
Speaking of trouble, I thought you might wish to know that freighter, the Xylan, came by to trade for supplies. They claimed to be carrying mostly perishable delectables and trinkets, but their holds had no refrigeration system and registered a great many compact power signatures. The freighter manifest indicated that they had recently come from the Chaltok system. There's a small Uridian colony there. You might be able to find answers if you find out who's supplying them.
Odd. None of the colonies in contact with the Republic should be involved in weapons dealing. I will make a few inquiries. You may want to take your new ship over to the Chaltok system, in case we need additional investigating done.
Time is short. What do you need of me?
After what you've been through, I wouldn't blame you if you decided to take a leave of absence. But you seem to be recovering from the vestiges of indoctrination as well as can be expected. I hope you're feeling better. The psychologists assure us that the nightmares and flashbacks will pass. At the moment, we're trying to follow up on scattered intel regarding a missing cache of Thaleron triggers. Our best information places them on Nimbus 3. We're also getting increasing reports of Tal Shar activity on the planet. Naturally, we want to keep the triggers out of the hands of Hakeem and the Tal Shar. But I'd also like to know exactly what they're doing on the planet of galactic peace. Nimbus 3 has been a derelict planet for many years now, and it has only gotten worse under the influence of the Orion Syndicate. Hassan the Undying has turned the planet into his personal fiefdom. Both Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force have sent people to investigate, but they haven't found much. Our operatives have been following leads provided by an itinerant trader there named Horace Jones. So far, nothing's turned up. If you're feeling up to it, perhaps you'll have better luck.
Time is short. What do you need of me?
Greetings. I have a new mission for you on behalf of the Republic. We have traced the Uridian freighter you rescued back to the Chaltok system. Years ago, the Chaltok system held a Romulan research facility studying polaric energy. It was nearly destroyed in a polaric energy explosion. Since then, a colony of Uridians has settled on the planet. Recently, it has become a hotbed of strife. This isn't the first incident we've had with the colony, and we suspect weapons smuggling is occurring. We have heard rumors of one weapons dealer in particular on Chaltok, a Riemann. We'd like to make sure that none of the weapons there are going to be turned against New Romulus. We need you to travel to the Chaltok system and investigate these allegations. time is short. What do you need of me?
Finally, some proper sport. These scavengers have hardly been worth our time. But a ship like yours, that is a fine prize. Power up your weapons and engines. Make this a proper hunt. I'd rather not have to tolerate the endless yammering of your Federation allies. Why would we need the worthless weapons of our cowardly prey? Your Federation masters have sent you on a fool's errand. Listen to the prey prattle on about peace. How like your Federation masters you have become. You will find the peace you seek in death. Let the hunt begin.
Another refugee of Romulus. Welcome. I am the leader of this small band. You may call me Lortrix. I assume you were behind destroying those Erogen ships around the planet. We're all very thankful for that. The Erogen have been bothering us for quite some time. I would hate to think what would have happened if you didn't arrive when you did. We mainly supply merchant ships with various minerals, and we have a small ore refining operation. It's not much, but it keeps us alive. The Erogen have been harassing us for quite some time, unfortunately. They want to use our facility to manufacture weapons. You and I both know what will come of that. And no one here wants to get involved in someone else's war. You understand, don't you? I apologize if there's been something to make you distrust us. My chief engineer is nearby. He's honest to the point of conflict. He and I have had our disagreements, but I can rely on him to always give his opinion. Why don't you speak to him? I'll walk with you.
Greetings. I overheard your conversation with Lortrix. I can assure you that the colony is not doing any sort of business with Erogen. We can barely keep food in our mouths, and the mine running, let alone supply massive weapons for spaceships. I'm doing my best here with limited resources, but at times, and that isn't good enough. Just the other day we had an accident that destroyed half of our mining equipment, leaving us crippled until the next merchant ship comes. Look, people aren't doing. We're the ones that need help. We're not in much shape compared to anyone else. What do you want? I'm not bothering anyone, I swear. I'm sorry. Look, they told me to send a message when you were done scanning the cargo. I don't know anything. I don't know why they told me that. All I know is that I see people using the consoles nearby. That's it.
Unlock failed. Unlock failed.
This might be just what we need to access the Iconian Gateway Network. Until we are able to stop the Iconians and their heralds from appearing wherever they want, there is no place in this galaxy that will be safe from them.
We have them trapped in the warehouse.
Excellent. Activate the transport inhibitors to stop them from beaming out.
Very well. Do you have any further orders?
Just stay out of our way while we subdue the prey.
But do you think this will change anything? I spit on you and the Republic. Traitors to your own people. To die like this. You terrorists, you care nothing for the common people. The Talshar, they protect us, make us stronger. You either choose a side, or you die. Surrounded by the dogs of war, supported by no one. Even in death, I stand by my choice. Leave me to die.
I've got to say, you Romulans sure know how to throw a party. I haven't felt a rush like that in quite some time. Finish up anything here and warp out. I'll check back with command. Don't take too long, or I might take some of the credit for myself.
When you tripped our monitoring program, the Star Empire sent me to investigate. Our intel said you were part of the terrorist cell on Veronot, but your actions here suggest otherwise. I'm here to make you an offer. Renounce your terrorist allies and come with me and fight for the glory of the Romulan Star Empire. I am authorized to grant you amnesty for your past crimes, if you agree to serve the Empire again. If you agree, we would like you to remain within Deton's terrorist cell for the time being. We trust you. The intel you could gather would be very valuable. The Empire rewards its loyal children well, but it also punishes its enemies. Consider your decision carefully.
Charva. You can't trust her. I know her too well for that. We grew up together. I was her friend. But that's all over. It ended the day she joined the Tal Shiar.
Tovan Kev is with you. I should have known. You're one of us, a child of a lost world. The Tal Shiar keeps a close eye on this colony. When you started poking around in the weapons facility on Chaltok, you tripped one of our security programs. You saw what happened to Lortrix. He sacrificed his heritage, his life, for what? To take orders from the Hirogen? I can't begin to fathom that, throwing away everything in exchange for something so small. I'm here to make sure you do not do the same. You don't understand yet, but you will. The Romulan Republic is a terrorist organization. Deton and his followers are inciting Romulans and Remans to take up arms against the legitimate government of the Romulan Star Empire. Think about it. The military and the Tal Shiar are the only means of guaranteeing security for those of us who survived the destruction. The military has the ships and the manpower. The Tal Shiar has the information and the intelligence network. This new homeworld Deton wants is an illusion. Why start over in contested space near the Federation and the Klingon Empire? Why would Deton choose a system in such a turbulent and dangerous area, unless he knew he could guarantee they wouldn't risk attacking him? He certainly isn't going to do that with pretty words. Deton may have you fooled, but don't just take my word for it. See for yourself. Why do you think that Chaltok is shipping weapons? And they're not the only colony world involved in those kinds of operations. You think that this sort of business wasn't going on elsewhere? Perhaps even on Veranot, right under your nose. Deton's only showing you what he wants you to see. I can show you the things that the Republic is trying to hide. Believe me, or don't. You don't have to trust me. Just trust the evidence. When you are ready to learn more, I'll be ready to show you. It's true. The Tal Shiar has employed Hirogen contractors from time to time for certain tasks. But the Hirogen are the Empress's allies, not her slaves. They are free to do what they wish.
There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, we used to be quite close. There's a lot of history between us, but all that's really important is that we went separate ways. She thought that the Tal Shiar could ensure security for our people, and I didn't. It's just bringing up a lot of old feelings. As I mentioned, we have a turbulent past. We grew up together. Once, I thought we might have a future together. Those were in the dark years after the destruction of the homeworld. We survived, but it tore us apart. I just wanted to make a new start. She was convinced that nowhere was safe. She kept talking about working with the military or the Tal Shiar. I argued that the only way we'd be safe was to be able to stand up for ourselves. There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, I don't believe Deton is a terrorist. I think he's an idealist who's trying to come to terms with the chaos. Datan would never knowingly sanction violence, especially against innocents. He doesn't even like us fighting the Tal Shiar, although he sees the need. But Datan isn't the only person making decisions in the Republic. Maybe there are some people who see the Republic as their chance to have a little revenge. I don't know. I think Charva is wrong about Datan and the Republic, but that doesn't mean it's outside the bounds of possibility that someone has taken things too far, or has a secret program that Datan doesn't know about. If she knows something that we don't, we should try to find out what it is. There's a lot I have to say about Charva. Well, Charva's not a bad person. At least she wasn't. But she is misguided. She's turned a blind eye to the excesses of the Tal Shiar, and she probably doesn't even know about most of them. The Tal Shiar are masters of propaganda, after all. I think that anything she tells us is going to be something that the Tal Shiar wants us to hear. We should gather our own evidence and draw our own conclusions. There's a lot I have to say about...
Your findings are distressing. I'll pass this along to Republic Command. As for Charva, I think the best course of action right now is to wait for her next move. If she's really desperate to make her case, she'll contact you again. If she does, keep me informed. Nadell out.
Time is short.
Congratulations.
What do you need of me?